Long ago, when kingdoms were young and the desert winds carried secrets, there were two mighty lands, Aran, the kingdom of mountains, and Egypt, the kingdom of the Nile. The people of Aran lived by fire and stone. They worshipped the stars and believed their strength came from the mountains that touched the sky. The people of Egypt lived by the river. They called the Nile their mother, for she gave them bread and life. For many years, the two lands traded in peace. But peace is like a fragile jar. It breaks with one careless touch. A caravan from Aran was robbed in the deserts near Egypt. The Shah of Aran believed the pharaoh's men were guilty. The pharaoh swore by the Nile that his people were innocent. But pride is heavier than truth. Words turned into anger, and anger grew into war. The Shah gathered his riders, and the pharaoh raised his spearmen. From east and west the armies marched, carrying banners that danced in the wind like fire and water meeting for the first time. Aran's horsemen struck fast like thunder, while Egypt's warriors stood firm like the stones of their pyramids. The Nile ran red, and the desert carried the cries of the wounded. Villages burned, children wept, and mothers prayed to the gods of both lands. And yet both kings were blind. They saw only crowns, not tears. The children's meeting, one night. As the war dragged on, two children met by chance near the riverbank. One was Arya, daughter of an Aran soldier. The other was Khepri, son of an Egyptian farmer. They should have been enemies, but they were only children. Arya gave Khepri a piece of bread, and Khepri gave Arya a lotus flower. They spoke with no anger, only fear and hope. "If our fathers keep fighting," Arya whispered, "the river will drown in blood." Khepri nodded. "But if we share the river, maybe the gods will smile again." The ending. The tale says that the gods of the sky heard the children's voices that night. A great storm rose, shaking the earth. Lightning struck between the two armies, and the kings fell to their knees in fear. When the storm cleared, the soldiers laid down their weapons. They saw what the children had seen, that war fed no one and peace fed all. The Shah and the pharaoh met by the river and swore an oath. Never again would Aran's mountains and Egypt's Nile rise against one another. And so the tale of the two rivers was passed down, not of fire and water clashing, but of two children who reminded kings that no crown is worth the tears of the innocent.